Hi guys, Yarian here. One day after looking at all my apps, I realized I had a lot of FNAF bootleg games downloaded. So that's when I got this idea. Why don't I just play them all and make it into a video? So that's what I'm gonna do. This one's a classic, Emoji Night Survival. Man, what am I doing? You've probably played this game before, and if you have, you know how bad it is. But it has been a while since I played it. Maybe it's good. Oh no. Yeah, it's still bad. But pretty much the plot of this game is that you're watching over this emoji hotel, which I don't know what kind of hotels track their guests. And apparently these emojis have it out with a night guard. The only cool thing about this game is that you actually have a lot of ways to defend yourself. You have the cameras, which allow you to watch over the emojis. But these cameras do have a lot of blind spots. You also have an electronic map that you can close doors around the building. You also have trackers that can temporarily track the emojis. But it should be noted that closing the doors for too long will drain an invisible power meter. But if all else fails, you can just close the door on them, which makes everything else completely useless. It works on every night. You can just sit at the door and wait for the emojis to come. I probably should have mentioned this, but you also have an alarm, which I completely forgot about because I've had to only use it once, and it broke. But all it does is tell you whether an animatronic's at the door. Another issue with this game is just how annoying the emojis get, especially the crying face emoji, as it just won't shut up. Pretty much had to listen to that constant crying the whole game, but I'm pretty sure the AI is completely bugged. As on night 5, I didn't get a single emoji attack me the whole night, but I ain't complaining, that just made the shit slog even easier. Anyways, I finally completed the game. What do I get for it? This screen. That's it. You don't even get a star on the title screen. While this game was bad, it's not even the worst game here. That now because immediately we're thrown to a game worse than Emoji Night Survival. Even the title screen is lazy. It's just a panorama of the building. But don't worry, once the game actually starts, it looks even worse. Bro, Scratch games look better than this. The fact the bar was as low as Emoji Night Survival and still managed to go below it is crazy. But for the gameplay, a la FNAF 3, there's only one animatronic. But the gameplay systems are more similar to FNAF 1, as you both have doors and lights on both sides of the room. You also have cameras that can monitor the animatronic, but if you use these mechanics too much, you'll run out of power. And fast. As the moment you start to run low on power, the game will advertise you to watch an ad to get more power. The game kind of forces you to, as you just run out of power too fast. Trying to play the game normally is practically impossible unless you want to watch 2 or 3 ads per night. Although similar to Emoji Night Survival, you can just cheese the game. As when you look at the cameras, the pumpkin dude will stop for a couple seconds. As you can just keep doing this for the whole night, the guy will maybe move like 1 room at most. Another thing to mention is that the nights are 7 minutes long. The game just goes on infinitely too. The game doesn't stop at night 5 or night 7, no. As programming and editing would require some level of work by the developer. Overall, this game is terrible. I've played Scratch games better than this. This might take the cake for the worst game on the list. But we'll just have to wait and see as we move into game number 3. Stickman Survival 2. If you thought this game was going to be something new, be disappointed. As the game is pretty much Emoji Night Survival 2, but with a few changes. Although, to be fair, they are pretty good changes. Cameras allow you to shock certain rooms, which can stun the animatronics. Or, I guess, stick people in this case. But more importantly, the tracker batteries do recharge, which makes the gameplay more engaging, instead of it feeling like I'm playing Waiting Simulator 2.0. The most important change they made is actually making the AI aggressive. You can no longer just sit at the door and pray for the best. There's actually something cool about this game, as you can actually see your character die. Anyways, back to the gameplay. The way I played it was mostly looking at the mini-map. Pretty much just turning on the tracker and closing certain doors so they don't enter my office. But you can only have 3 doors closed in this game, which made this game surprisingly difficult. I almost died at 5 a.m. As if I were to turn on that tracker just a second later, I would have been mincemeat. But that didn't stop me from beating the game. And just like Emoji Night Survival, all she gets is this little screen. This is easily the best game we've played this far, and probably the best game we're going to play today. Granted, that isn't really saying much. I think it's best to move on to the next game. When I meant the next game, I actually meant the same game, but different name. As just like Emoji Night Survival, these 2 games are identical, with only a few changes made. Besides the changed art style, they made the tracker have a power. While it's better than how it was in Emoji Night Survival, it's worse than it was in the second. More importantly, you actually have to recharge your own power. On top of that, you can keep the door closed for as long as you want. But it still has to recharge. Although, just like Emoji Night Survival, there is a game-breaking exploit. You can look at the door while recharging the generator. This wouldn't really be an issue if the game didn't skip the door recharge animation every single time you ran out of power. And on the second night, I discovered that this glitch freezes the animatronics that show up at your door. You don't even have to keep the door closed. Once you open it, they'll just be stuck there and can't even enter your office. And on night 4, I was able to get them all stuck, which was freaking hilarious. But for night 5, I decided to do things a little bit more legit. Pretty much, I'd close the door at the beginning, then wait for my power to drain to 0. Then I would charge it up to 3, then I'd run back to the door and close it, and then I would repeat the process. This strategy works like 80% of the time, but it's entirely luck-based whether you survive or not. Also, the cool death animation from the sequel was just reused from the first one. On my second attempt, I was able to beat it. Just like the previous games, there's nothing special you get from beating the game. Not even like a celebration screen, it just tells you beat the night. This was definitely a worse experience than the sequel, but at least it was better than Emoji Night Survival, and it's still the second best game we've played. So, let's just move on to the next game. Fooled you. It's actually the same game for the 4th fucking time. It's not even like they changed the mechanics this time. It's literally just a clone of Emoji Night Survival. Actually, they did change one thing. They made it 10 times more difficult as they patched this glitch strategy. And believe me, I tried. I put in multiple attempts just trying to beat this stupid game. Like, it's ridiculous. Did they even play test the game? I've gotten to 4 o'clock once. 2 DigiChan Studios. Go fuck yourself. Moving on from this bullshit of a game. Our next game is 7 Nights Anthology. I am pretty sure this game used to have different characters, specifically FNAF ones. Now, I don't know why they changed it. Probably the game got taken down. But now it just has these ones. Specifically these ones right here. I don't know what that is. It's like a girl, I think, with long hair. There's also like 4 of them on the map. And surprisingly, this game does have a story. You are alone in a dark room, but that doesn't mean you're alone in the building. Look at the cameras to see what I mean. There are monsters in different rooms, and those monsters are getting closer. Don't let them get to you. And remember, you can't always keep the cameras on and the doors closed. Otherwise, it will consume your energy. In layman's terms, just a lot more basic version of FNAF 1. So once the girl robot demon thing appears close to your door, you just gotta close it. And eventually, she'll go away. I've only died once in this game, and that was right here. I accidentally made a misclick. When I tried to open the cameras, I accidentally opened the door. Although for the main gameplay, it was just boring. Despite this, I made it all the way to night 5, where I discovered there was a night 6 and 7. Wait. Oh, fuck, goddamn! I will delete any comment that says 6, 7. This is when I started to realize that the game hasn't really increased in difficulty at all. Granted, I doubt that it's scripted. Although eventually, I beat night 6 and got this cutscene. That's right. Another 7 nights. No, I'm not doing it. Fuck this. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna be another 7 nights. That's it. I'm just gonna go and play a different game. Just kidding. It's actually gonna be playing the same game again. It's just Emoji Night Survival. Every single time. Every single time I think I'm out of it, I just come back in. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. What happens when you fool me 5 fucking times? That's it. We're moving on to an actual original game. I swear this time. After the abomination known as Among Us Survival, we finally got an actual original game. Like, this isn't really like FNAF. This game is also very FNAF-y. The game is only like 4 minutes long, and pretty much you just run through the tunnel, and you have to defend these 4 points, along with the generator in the back they have to keep refilling. But what sets this game out from like FNAF is that you're not going on a timer. You're actually trying to mine your way out of here, and the timer's actually the enemy. You only got like 4 minutes to escape, so you have to keep mining and mining and mining until you reach the escape at the other side. You gotta make sure to keep the tunnels clear, as if they fill up with monsters, they'll end up killing you. The game doesn't really play like any other FNAF game or even FNAF fan game. It's actually pretty refreshing. But the main issue with the game is that I don't entirely understand what everything does. I just have zero clue what the generator does. It's short, it's simple, it's fun. But because how short it is, I don't really have anything more to talk about. Moving on to the next original game here. Yes, 2 in a row. Alright, this one's called Retro Survival. It's gotta be good. Alright, so No! It's the same game! It's the same game! It doesn't even have any unique mechanics. It's just the same as Stickman Survival 2! It's the same as Stickman Survival 2! What is the point? What's the point? What is the point? Okay, so this one's just called Bear Motel, and you guessed it, it's about bears and motels. This game is really weird. It's kind of free roam. You pretty much just switch between tabs, I guess, of this motel. You pretty much walk around, fix items and stuff. Each night is entirely scripted, meaning every single time you play the night, it'll play down the exact same. What makes this so infuriating is that the dev thought this was a good idea to add RNG to the game. Each night you have to pick a new room to test out whether it works or not. The bear will come by, sometimes he'll kill you, sometimes he won't. It's completely random. It's not fun because every single time to do it, it plays out the exact same, except sometimes you live and sometimes you die. Like right here, what the hell was I supposed to do? I fixed the item, and then I just get jump scared immediately. Who genuinely thought this was a good idea? Who was working at the game and thought this was a good idea? That's it, I give up. I give up! Okay, so the next one's just called Five Nights. What am I playing?
In the building at night. The biggest thing to worry about are the artificial intelligent robots. You see, they broke down a few years ago and, well, any human they see, they believe needs a surgery performed, so things might get ugly. It's not pretty in the morning, let me say. So, I prepared you with a few things to protect yourself. The buttons on the right and left create an electronic shock which will scare the robots. And the button in the center, it should only be used for emergencies against the more dangerous type. And let me last say that our company is not liable for any damages incurred during the night. Good luck and see you in the morning. I hope.
Bro, what the hell was that? Dude, what am I even playing? Oh my god. Okay. I would just like to point out one thing. I'm not even touching the controls, by the way. I'm just tapping random areas of the screen, and it's just clicking those cameras. I have no idea how this camera system works. Okay, so I guess I just pulled down the cameras. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest with you. The last 3 games have been complete duds. What is this? Why is it doing this? What is going on? Okay, oh great, the door's busted. The door's completely busted. Bro, what? Oh, I'm done. Okay, I'm done with this. Next game. Okay, so this next game is just called Horror Toy. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. It's not good, but it's an interesting game. Pretty much your goal is to keep the music box wound up and kind of defend against this giant toy monster thing that looks like Vanny. This game, just like Pizzeria Survival or whatever the fuck it was called, is endless. So, there's not really much you can do. You have cameras, you have a door, and you have another camera they can use to stun the animatronics. Eventually, this Chucklenuts character shows up who's like, I don't know, like, if you put Vanny, Springtrap, and that one character from Bobby Playtime in a blender. I think the developer wants you to walk around, but it's kind of impossible because how fast the music box drains. Although I did try to go exploring, but I only made it down this little hallway section before I had to stop as I heard animatronic noises. I think there's only one animatronic, but I could be wrong. But more importantly, even if you were to somehow make this work, like I said, you would just get caught by the music box person. So what? The game forces you to do office gameplay. Sure, that kind of removes the point of it being free roam, but I can still get behind that. As the office door stays closed for like 5 seconds. Like, look at this clip. I close the door. Okay, close. And then look, I open the camera. I start flipping through the camera. Bam, look. It's already open. What the fuck? Look, so you beat the night, but then the game just throws you in again. This is like at 4 a.m. I'm just kind of at this point. I've played like 4 attempts, and this bugs guy will not leave me alone. The door stays closed for like 5 seconds, so I can't really do anything. I can't wipe the mystery box, music box. So no matter what I do here, I'm just kind of screwed. I'm just screwed. Nothing I can do. Okay, so if you're wondering, if you just spam the door, it kind of works, but eventually the door just jams and will automatically open up. There's no power meter, so I guess that's the way to do it, but come on, that's just lazy. But I did find a strategy. By checking cameras 4 and 5 repeatedly, that will eventually work. If you see him coming down the hallway on cam 5, you gotta close the door. I don't think he goes to cam 4, but it is another entranceway to the office, so, just to be sure. Although, if he does show up, you just gotta hit the office button about 3 times. That should do it. Oh. But that strategy did work about until night 4. Not because of, the strategy not working. It's literally just because I got so bored of doing it. I've been doing this for the whole day. Playing bootleg fnaf games. Bootleg fnaf games. They're so bad. Like, the best one here was Stickman Survival 2, and that was okay at best.
$150 in one go.
What? I thought I turned off my Wi-Fi. I did turn off my Wi-Fi. What the fuck? How the hell am I still getting ads? Bro, what are we doing? Okay, to end the video on the positive note, this one's called Sector Breach. It's actually pretty good. The closest thing this game is similar to is One Night at Flumpty's, as each hour is practically its own night, and that hour introduces a new character you have to get used to. Although instead of the hours being time-based, it's actually progression-based. You have to fill up these little bars right here, a la fnaf 6. The game is really fun. Honestly, I was expecting this game to be crap, but it's really good. I cannot stress that enough. Besides the free roam one, this is the only new one I haven't played before. I highly recommend you play this game. Inside a sea of shit, we found one good one. Was it worth it? No. Look, I don't know how to wrap up the videos. I don't know how to do endings, so bye, I guess.